there is no doubt that we are going to defend ourselves according to the United Nations Charter, Article 51. The self-defense is our legitimate and inherent right, and every option is under consideration, and according to our interests, national interests, regional and global interests, we are going to make our reaction.
We are very grateful for you joining us at this difficult time. Could I just ask, first of all, what your reaction is to the American attacks on 3 nuclear installations overnight?
Yes, thank you so much for this opportunity to give me. Regarding for this criminal act committed by the American regime against the Iranian territory and Iranian people, there is no doubt that this aggression is a flagrant violation of the United Nations Charter, and as well as it's a very, very strong damage to the non-proliferation regime in international arena. I think, that Iran is a member of the NPT, is a member of the IAEA, and a lot of and a comprehensive and extensive monitoring has been doing by the IAEA towards the Iranian nuclear activities. But now we are witnessing one criminal act committed by American regime against Iran. As my minister mentioned, that this betrayal to the diplomacy. This is a very big damage to negotiation solutions. But unfortunately, this aggression, not only for the Iranian nuclear facilities, making a lot of damages for the Iranian facilities, but also it's a very big damage to the to the regional level and as well as global level. We see all of the consequences and the negative results of this aggression should be shoulder of the American regime. On the other hand, the Israeli regime make a lot of criminal acts against the Iranian people during the 10 days, war against, and as well as committed with Palestinian people in Gaza. I think the passive role of the European countries is a very ugly, and so the European countries, especially the France and Germany, needs to review their reputation, their dignity regarding for their international obligations towards NPT, towards United Nations Charter, and as well as other international, rule of law.
How does Iran intend to respond to this? Because we've heard calls already from the British government for de-escalation and talks. We've also heard Donald Trump saying he wants peace, but only if Iran gives up its nuclear ambition. So is Iran prepared to, first of all, stop the tit-for-tat exchanges with Israel, and secondly, enter into talks on that basis?
Yeah, you see that now that we are witnessing one huge hypocrisy from the American regime towards not only for Iran, but also for all of the world. You see that we were in a negotiation phase. We demonstrated that the diplomacy is our priority. But unfortunately, Benjamin Netanyahu destroyed this kind of activity, this kind of endeavors raised by the Iran, and as well as
so how are you going to respond?
And you see that regarding for our response, there is no doubt that we are going to defend ourselves according to the United Nations Charter, Article 51. The self-defense is our legitimate and inherent right, and every option is under consideration, and according to our interests, national interests, regional and global interests, we are going to make our reaction.
So you're not interested in peace talks?
You see that diplomacy is open. Diplomacy is open, as we always declared and demonstrate that the Iranian priority is diplomacy. There is no doubt about it. But unfortunately, the European countries American regime, and as well as you see that some biased behaviors raised by some international, you see people who will should has some constructive rule. They should, but unfortunately they have some bias role in this interaction. But there is no doubt that we are ready to diplomacy, we are ready to negotiate, but now it's a lot of damages to my country. It's a very difficult matter. But you see that regarding for our reactions, including our reactions based on their self-defense, and as well as regarding for the diplomacy, it depends their behaviors and their actions.
Why was Iran enhancing uranium to 66%, which every expert in the world, including the IAEA, says the only reason for having things enhanced to that level is to make a nuclear weapon?
You see that all of the activities of the Islamic Republic of Iran in different fields of the nuclear field are peaceful and has been
but it's not peaceful to have uranium at 66%, is it?
Extensively and comprehensively monitored by the IAEA. Nowadays that the Israeli and American regimes attacked to us, that the IAEA inspectors are in Tehran, are in Iran, and they are continuing their inspections. But regarding for the enrichment in 60% level, I'm telling to you that this kind of enrichment has been monitored by the IAEA. IAEA has everything regarding for this enrichment. And the other hand,
they just said recently that Iran was in violation. So I mean, Iran does want to get a nuclear weapon, doesn't it?
Let me finish. The uranium enrichment is 60%. It's a part of our technical activities regarding for the R&D, research and development activities that we have.
Yeah, and into getting a nuclear weapon, right?
On the other hand, you mentioned that regarding for the recent resolution made by the Board of Governors, there is no doubt, certainly, this is a politically motivated action made by the European countries. And so if you go to realize that the votes, you can see that the majority of the international community going to favor to Iranian side, because everything's going politicized, everything's going to manipulate IAEA for making a pressure to the Iranian nuclear activities. That's it.
Okay, now there are many critics getting in touch for even interviewing you. They say that if you talk about violations of international law, Iran has violated international law with your support for the Houthis and for Hamas, which carried out the attack on Israel. And therefore, what's happened in Iran is a just response to the threat which you are making to the region and to world peace. What would you say to that?
You see that, first of all, the irresponsible regime like the United States and barbaric regime of the Israeli.
Both
regime.
Democratically elected, unlike your regime.
Yeah. Let me Hitler during he makes a very big mess for the world, and World War II he makes a lot of wrong. He has been elected democratically, Hitler and Netanyahu as well. This is not good argumentation that you mentioned. It is very important that everything should be done according to your obligation, according to your observation towards the international law. And let me, regarding for the matters that you mentioned, that enrichment, Rafael Grossi declared in his interview with CNN early last week, and he mentioned that there is no any evidence for the deviation and diversion of the Iranian nuclear activities to military phase to produce the bomb.